Stretch pizza dough and it goes thin and see-through without tearing. Try that with cake batter and it just splatters everywhere. The difference? One of them has a hidden skeleton holding it together. That skeleton is called gluten. And it starts as two proteins hiding inside ordinary flour, glutenin and gliadin. On their own, they do almost nothing. But add water and start mixing, and those two proteins link up into long connected chains. That network is gluten, and it only forms when flour gets wet and worked. Here's what makes gluten special. It's stretchy and springy at the same time. It stretches to trap expanding gas, then springs back to hold its shape. Loose enough to grow, strong enough not to collapse. Want to know if your gluten is ready? Stretch a piece thin. If it turns translucent, like a window without ripping, the network is strong. That's the windowpane test. Too little gluten, and the dough can't trap gas, so you get a dense, flat result. Too weak a flour, and it sags and tears. The whole structure of your bread depends on this network. That's why flour strength matters. Strong flour, often labeled with a high W, has more protein, so it builds more gluten. Bread needs strong flour. A delicate cake needs weak flour. Match the flour to the job. And you don't always need hard kneading. Just letting flour and water sit together, a rest called autolyse, lets gluten build on its own. Time does the work for you. So, gluten is the invisible scaffolding behind every good loaf. Build it well, and every bubble of gas has something to hold on to. Next time, what really happens when your dough hits the heat of the oven?